Today, let's talk about this little booger. This thing's a scream. If you're anything like me, the first time you saw one of these was on Bot Grinder's HDLRC Racewhoop video. And when I saw it, I was like, looks heavy, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't know, it just doesn't looks like a gimmick, you know? So then I didn't pay it any mind for a while, and I stumbled upon the Facebook group Racewhoop. And the vast majority of people in the group are French. So a lot of the posts, it's kind of hard to understand. Facebook Translate does a translation, but you still have to piece it together. But it looked like people were having a lot of fun with this thing. So I decided to check it out. I was like, it looks like extremely heavy. A guy on one of my YouTube channels posted a comment about running 6S on it, and I was like, 6S? And so I checked out the group, and I'm like, wow, okay. Now I'm inquisitive. Now this thing's piqued my interest. The carbon fiber is like 10 or 15 bucks. Print the ducts yourself, and that's the body of it. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty intriguing. That's something new. So I started looking at components, and you run an AIO in it. You run pancake style motors. These are Zing 2203 2500 kV motors, mounted embers. And the entire support system for the motor is TPU. And it was mind-boggling that this was going to provide enough stability for this thing to fly. And I'm thinking props are going to just get chewed up, motor's going to wobble and stuff. But what intrigued me was, in between here, it's a puzzle piece. These two components slide in together. And in a second, I'll take the top plate off so you can see. But they slide in together, and you simply run a bolt through, and that provides all the support. So, printed out my ducts, finally found some screws that were long enough, I remeshed the camera mount, I remeshed these skids from the camera mount, and started putting together, and lo and behold, this thing is a freaking riot. I love this thing. It's one of my favorite quads now. Yes, I chew through some props, but no more than any other whoop I fly. And if anything, I would say that the props are a tad bit more long-lasting due to the TPU. Now, the HGLRC version and the version that you see on the Facebook group, they do PCT, PHTCP, PCT. I'll put it down in the link or whatever. I've got a roll of that, and I used it for my FPVCycle Cinewhoop for the ducks. It doesn't seem, off that one print job, it doesn't seem that it's any more durable than the TPU, any more rigid than the TPU. Granted, the ducts and the Cinewhoop are are a lot thinner. These are definitely much more thick. These are about a 1/4 inch thickness on these. I'm curious about the weight. Is the PHCTPE, PCTPE, whatever it is, TPU, which one weighs more? But this is coming in at 548 grams, which is what everybody else's is coming in as well. So it appears that there's not a weight issue, but that's neither here nor there. For me, this thing has been extremely durable. I've hit things, it skips off, it bounces off things. You'll probably see in the video, I keep nicking little things and it just keeps going. The stability of this thing has been mind-boggling. Obviously, when you add more blades to your props, you get more control. But this thing almost stops on a dime. Accelerates extremely fast. It cuts through air. I was really, really surprised at how well this thing handles in the air. I run my rates on this a lot higher than I should. It's 1,020. Typically on my race stuff, I do about 460 to 530 degrees on my rates. But this one, I just like the 1,000 degree rates on it. It definitely does a lot of, but I just feel like I have a little bit more control, and I found it to be very durable. I think you will find this to be surprisingly good, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. I take bigger risks with this. I have less concern that anything's going to happen. And every time I've crashed it, I'm going to say 1 out of 8 crashes, I break a prop. Whereas on my other whoops, I'd say 1 out of 3 crashes, I break a prop or what have you. I'm running the naked air unit on this. I designed this one because I want this one to be a bando basher. I want this to fly indoors at work. Lots of multipathing, lots of interference, lots of steel, metal, and stuff like that. And so I want the max range. So I decided to go with the naked air unit instead of the Vista because it has, dual antennas. I'm running Ghost Atto Duo on here, and I've done an extension, a USB extension, so I don't have to pop the plate off and over again. Running on tattooed 1300 mAh 4.0s. I'm going to pick up some 1100s because I think it would handle even better on 1100s. But it's amazing that these little motors can handle that much power. Running a JHEMCU GH743AIO 3-6S. I'm going to share with you my settings and my PID tune. I'm not going to say it's the most amazing, but it's working well. And if for anybody new that's curious and wants to build one of these, I'm going to put all the components down below. You can build the identical one if you'd like, and then you can use my exact settings to configure it. Rates, I would probably stick with the 460 to 530 range. I may lower it down one day, but at this time I'm going to keep it there because I really like the agility and the fastness of it. Holding in these components in each of these 3 slots, I used E6000. And I just basically put it in there and held it in place until it dried enough. Same way here, attached it with that, and it's been extremely durable. These things aren't coming off, and if you ever need to, you can just peel it off. This is some pretty good stuff. With that said, y'all, I hope you enjoy it, man. It's a blast. Peace out.